Hi everyone, it's Shamila Ramjawan coming to you from the Red Corner Show in Johannesburg, South Africa. It's Women's Month in South Africa, and I am showcasing 31 inspirational women on 31 days this August. Today, I have Marthe-Marie Kohne, a survivor, founder of Abilities Without Limits nonprofit company, and advocate for people with disabilities. Defying the odds today, Marthe-Marie is living proof that miracles do happen. As the surgeon told her parents, she had a 10% chance of surviving. Diagnosed with Hemiplegia Cerebral Palsy, her disability has never stopped her from leading a very full and remarkable life. Marthe-Marie's passion in life is to live life to the full without looking back at regrets. Every little challenge is an opportunity for her to learn and grow. She embraced her package and turned it into a message she can share with people. She chose progress over perfection, taking that step, creating the place and space for acceptance and inclusion. Hello, Marthe-Marie. How are you?
Hello, Shamil, and thank you for having me here tonight.
It's only a pleasure. Before we head right into the conversation, because I think it's going to be a very interesting one, please tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
My name is Marthe-Marie Kohne. I live in Roodepoort, Johannesburg, South Africa. And I'm an adult with Hemiplegia Cerebral Palsy, but that hasn't stopped me from living a full life.
Awesome. Anything about your background growing up, anything that you want to share with the audience?
So I'm the youngest of 3 children. I've got 2 older brothers. I was born in Pretoria, and we lived in Zanin, and for about, I think, 3 or 4 years after I was born. And then we moved to a small Karoo town called Merweville. My dad was a principal there. And I had to go to school in Cape Town as I had to receive treatment, for example, like physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and remedial therapy. But a few years after that, they moved to Cape Town to be a bit closer to me as well.
Awesome. And just a little bit about your nonprofit company, Abilities Without Limits. What motivated you to register that company?
Well, being an adult with Hemiplegia Cerebral Palsy, I realized that people don't know much about cerebral palsy, but I also realized, I need to find ways to explain to them what cerebral palsy is, because I can't expect them to ask questions if they don't know what to ask. So I had to embrace my package. Not that I didn't accept my package and my disability, but I had to learn more about my disability. So in other words, with cerebral palsy, basically what happens is the brain sends the messages to the body, but the nerve and the muscle don't receive those messages or receive distorted messages. So the nerve doesn't know what the muscle wants, and vice versa, which can cause a bit of chaos in your body, and then you experience a bit of muscle spasms and yes, muscle stiffness as well. So yeah, and that I had to find ways to explain to them, and for them to have a better understanding. And we 17 million people globally with cerebral palsy, each uniquely different from the other.
That is very interesting. And have you recovered from that?
To just give you a bit of background history, my mom was about 7 months pregnant when she went to the doctor for her last checkup, and they found that I had no heartbeat. They did emergency C-section, and as time went by, my mom realized that I had some developmental delays. They were both teachers, so she knew about the developmental stages through the child's life. And the doctors basically told her that just progressing slowly. So they met a pediatrician who referred them to the neurosurgeon, and that was approximately a year later. And then they gave my parents the news, but your child has got the slow death syndrome. So what happened in my case, the valve in my brain was underdeveloped. So the fluids couldn't drain basically from the brain, and it caused pressure. So they had to insert a BP shunt. But they told my parents, even if they operate, I've only got a 10% chance of survival. And if I survive, I've got a 100% chance ending up in a home for disabled. I won't be able to walk, talk, dress myself, or feed myself. But yeah, I'm here today, and thank goodness they made that decision. And yes, I will always have cerebral palsy, but due to the fact that they gave the go-ahead for the operation, it just bettered my quality of life. I've got such a good quality of life, and I'm an independent person.
Incredible. That is phenomenal. Tell me about growing up. Did your parents treat you any differently compared to your siblings?
Yes and no. I would say yes in terms of the occupational therapy and the physiotherapy and the school that I had to go to, because I only saw my parents like once or twice a year, because it was quite a distance from where my dad was when he was a principal at the school. And no, in a sense that, yes, they taught me values. They also disciplined me. And I must say, they always gave me the space to try and find ways to do things that would work for me. And I appreciate that. And the one important thing they told me is, first and foremost, you're a person just like anybody else. You're a person with a disability. And that makes a difference.
That makes a huge difference for sure. Wow. So these challenges that you faced throughout your life, it hasn't phased you at all, and it hasn't stopped you from living your life and living your dreams. How are you able to manage that?
Well, I take each day one step at a time. And to be honest with you, I see each challenge as an opportunity, because in turn, it will give me the gap to grow, and it will enable me to achieve my goals. And I'm thankful for my disability, because my disability enables me to focus on my abilities, if it makes sense what I'm saying.
Absolutely, absolute sense, yes. And you started Abilities Without Limits, a nonprofit company. Take me through that journey.
Yes, so yeah, one of the reasons why I decided to start Abilities Without Limits, I saw the need to educate people and raise awareness, especially about cerebral palsy and wheelchair accessibility challenges, to explain to them what cerebral palsy is. And yes, we are 17 million people globally with cerebral palsy, each one uniquely different from the other. And each one of us do have our own capabilities and possibilities up to a certain level. Some of us can't walk. Some of the people with cerebral palsy can't walk. All four of their limbs are affected. Like in my case, I'm hemiplegia cerebral palsy, so my left arm and leg are affected. But I'm blessed. I can work, I can drive, I can basically live a full life. But I also want to emphasize that those people with cerebral palsy who are quad CP, meaning all four of their limbs are affected, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can't live a full life. Some of them are autistic, some of them are good writers, and a very good asset, I think personally, they're good listeners, because we don't get good listeners these days. Some people they don't listen to respond, but they listen to react.
Yes, definitely. Wow. And with your organization, what exactly do you do?
Well, we've got what I call a Monday miracle moment, where parents with special needs kids, they share their journey on a Monday, where they were and where they're at now, everything they went through. Basically, it's about hope and success and miracles. And then on a Wednesday, adults share their journeys about their struggles and success and hope and miracles as well. And they connect with each other. And it's amazing how these people really, connect with each other, and we can get the word out there and share it with the people out there, because it's extremely important that they get a background of what those people went through, but where they're at the moment.
Marthe-Marie, is this being done online, or how do you do this now with COVID as well?
I do it online. I also do online talks with various people, people with disabilities, and mainly it is done online. And then we've got a newsletter that also goes out. We do it like every third month. It's a very educational newsletter. People, they get a lot of information from there, also parents sharing their journeys. So yeah, they're more than welcome to contact us, actually, if they're interested, for us to email them the newsletter.
Awesome. How does one get hold of you?
They can contact us at abilitieswithoutlimits@gmail.com, or they can send us a message on our Facebook page.
Perfect. And how did COVID actually affect you, or did it affect you at all?
COVID definitely affected me. Actually, Abilities Without Limits are turning 2 years now on the 13th of August. And we were planning to have our launch last year, March. That it's basically, it's a month for Disabled Month, March. And then COVID happened. But we are planning to still do a launch online. And but other than that, it actually, the negative with the positive, I connected with a lot of people overseas. And I use that time for networking and connecting. So in that sense, it was positive, definitely.
So you definitely made use of the time. But if you had to give a message to differently abled people out there, what would be your message?
You know what? My message to people out there would be, yes, there would be days that you maybe would struggle, but you know what? When you experience those struggles, you'll learn to develop your strength so that you can carry on the next day and the day after and the day after. You must never lose hope. You're much more than less.
I love that. I simply love that message. And anything else from here? Anything that you want to add or tell us about? What's in the pipeline? Where to from here? What are you strategizing on? Anything that you want to share with us?
Yes, we were busy working on a project. It's quite interesting because it's a project where we want to involve non-disabled people and disabled people. That neither of them will feel uncomfortable asking questions. And I'm working on it, and by in August, beginning September, yes, Shamila, you might get an invite.
Lovely, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm really looking forward to it, and it's going to be interactive, and it's going to be fun, and nobody will feel uncomfortable asking questions. They'll learn from each other.
That's wonderful. That sounds so interesting. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be looking out for your invitation. Thank you so much for thinking about me.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Anything else that you want to tell us?
What we've also been working on is a website for Abilities Without Limits. It's nearly finalized. It's going towards the final stages. And please be on the lookout on our Facebook page, and then we'll post as soon as the website goes live. We can't wait to share the information on the Facebook, on the website with you. And on our page and on our website, both able-bodied and non-disabled people are welcome to join. And it's not limited to only people with cerebral palsy or only wheelchair users. A person with any disability can join our page as well.
Perfect.
And then as well, because it's a platform where they will find valuable information that we'll share with them.
Okay, looking forward to that as well. Marthe-Marie, your last words for women out there. It's Women's Month. We're celebrating this month. You're such an inspirational woman. What would you say to inspire women?
What would I say? Definitely, I would say choose progress over perfection. And we are all perfect in our imperfection. And we must never lose hope. And just live every day to the fullest.
Love that message. Never lose hope and live every day to the fullest. Regardless of who you are, go out there, reach for your dreams, just dream bigger and continue moving the goalpost.
Absolutely.
Marthe-Marie, thank you for coming on the Red Corner Show. I had such a wonderful chat and I got to know you a little better. You know, we always meet people and we don't know their background, we don't know them, but this has been such an interesting chat and I look forward to connecting with you again.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much, Shamila. I really appreciate it.
To the audience, if you would like to be on the Red Corner Show, please drop me an email, redcornershow@gmail.com. Let's get chatting and you too can inspire others. Take care. God bless. Bye.